Okay, guys, welcome to a video live stream type thing. I'm with BrendenPlayz, and
What's up?
we're doing BattleGround 2014 predictions. So let's get started. So we're gonna start out with the Cameron versus Naomi Divas match.
Who
It's
cares?
basically just
Who
more total,
cares?
just more total Divas bullcrap, and
Well,
I
it
have
seems
not.
like that's the case, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's pretty obvious that they're trying to pull on some dissension, so there's going to be some storyline in Total Divas how those two have a falling out, obviously.
yeah.
Now they're just translating it into TV first before it airs in Total Divas, so whatever. It is what it is.
I actually liked Total Divas season 1, and then I couldn't get into season 2.
I like both of it. Season 1 I think was better because I think Season 2 became a lot more scripted, and you could just tell it was not genuine, not really reality, like the whole Natalia and Summer Rae's storyline they had going on. You
Yeah,
could tell that was all fake, and you know how they all hated Summer Rae so much. I think you could tell that was all put on. So
yeah.
there was a lot of scripted elements involved that kind of turned me off a little bit. But I think overall, I still enjoyed the show.
Yeah, the show's fun to just put on and watch when you're bored.
Yeah, and now they've added Rosa Mendez, so it could be pretty shitty. I mean,
Yeah,
she's terrible. God, out of all the divas they've got, they added her in. I don't know.
I know they could have added Emma, Paige, AJ. Yeah,
Yeah, I would have thought they would have added, maybe Emma or Paige, but I don't think AJ would want to do it. But yeah.
yeah,
Rosa Mendez, who hasn't been on TV, who hasn't done anything for about 3 years.
basically, yeah. So I have Naomi going over.
On if it, I've heard rumors that they may not actually have this match, but if they do have it, it's Naomi going to win it. And
Yeah.
Cameron sucks. She's terrible.
Okay, next we have the Rusev versus Swagger match, and this match doesn't really mean anything except Swagger's going over, or not Swagger, Rusev's going over. So
I think this is a big match for Rusev because we haven't seen him have a big match really before. We've seen him have a decent amount of time with Big E. It was a good match. I enjoyed Rusev.
yeah, the match
Watching
is
him,
good.
watching him with Big E actually made me a bit of a fan. I'm starting to like Rusev, and it was obvious that these two guys are going to square off eventually. So I think this is a big match in terms of the careers of these two guys. If this is a failure for Rusev, then you could see Rusev's career dwindling down, and perhaps his
Getting
big
fed to
push.
fuckboy buckethead John Cena.
Yeah, so you could see him kind of, losing his push. Whereas Swagger, he's not going to win. Swagger's not going to win. This is
Yeah.
not a push for Swagger. This is a push for Rusev. This just makes sense. I think this should be a 1, 2, maybe even 3 pay-per-view kind of series between these two guys because it makes sense. And what else are they going to do? Who else is Rusev going to feud with? Nobody really. I've heard with the rumors about the Big Show, but I think that would be good. But I would like to see this one at least get 1 or 2 pay-per-views. So
Yeah.
it's not confirmed yet either, but I'm pretty sure on the next episode of Raw they'll confirm it. So
Yeah, it's probably going to be confirmed on Raw. But the main note for this is Lana's ass. So,
yeah, well, obviously she's pretty damn hot, but I don't think she's as great as everyone plays her out to be. But
yeah,
it's Lana. Yeah,
yeah,
I wouldn't say no to her.
yeah, exactly. Do you think this is a permanent face turn for Jack Swagger?
No, I don't think so. I think this is simply he's playing off the fact that he's a real American, and by default, if you're American and you're coming up against a big bad foreign guy, you're the face. So after this, he'll come feud off with some new Mexican guy or something. I don't know. He'll feud with Sin Cara again or something. I don't know.
Rey Mysterio.
Just imagine when Kenta gets to the main roster. You're from Japan. Go back to Japan. Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Yeah. What you call it? I had another note and I totally forgot. Or another thing I was going to say. But, okay, next match is the Usos versus Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, the Wyatt family, in a 2 out of 3 falls match. So,
Well, this is going to be the match of the night. The last pay-per-view they had the match, the tag team match for the belts. That was by far the best match of the night, even though you had 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. So 2 out of 3 falls match is going to be pretty sweet. I mean, it means it's going to be, a good length of a match. I think it could be 20, 25 minutes perhaps. I think that'd be pretty sweet. I wouldn't be surprised if this opens the show again.
Yeah.
And I think the Wyatts are going to win this time because I was very surprised that the Usos won last time. And let's face it, the Usos tag team reign has been piss weak. It's been terrible. Not because it's not their fault. It's the WWE's booking. I mean, we had
Yeah.
2 pay-per-views I think without the Usos even being on the show. So
Yeah, Payback and Extreme Rules.
yeah, I don't know why. If you've got a championship belt, defend it for goodness sake. So
Yeah.
I think the Wyatts are going to win this one and probably have one more match with the Usos. I think the next one's SummerSlam, so finish it off there and then perhaps debut a new tag team like the Ascension and go from
You
there.
with the Wyatts? Ascension
I
versus
think so.
Wyatts.
Or I guess we can have Stardust and Goldust first over Wyatts. Ugh.
Yeah. I have the Usos going over.
Really?
Yeah, I think the Usos are going to go over and then win again at SummerSlam, just bury the Wyatts.
What super? Do we have the Super Usos now? Instead of
Yes.
Super Cena, Super Usos.
Yes.
I think the Wyatts are going to get the belts eventually. It's just a matter of when. But I think it's time to drop the belts from the Usos. Give it to the Wyatts.
I think the Wyatts are going to give up one fall, like, via DQ, like a chair shot to the Usos. Because I don't think it's no DQ. So,
No, it's not.
yeah.
Yeah, you could be right there. I think it'll be one apiece, and then the final fall like it always is.
Yeah.
Or who
And,
knows? Maybe the Wyatts will just bury the Usos.
yes.
Or the Usos could bury the Wyatts in 5 minutes. Pin them twice.
I could see that happening. Cena comes out, beating everyone.
Referee's distracted, gives an attitude adjustment. Both of them at the same time.
God damn it. Oh, that'd be bullcrap. Oh, wow. Okay, so next we have Jericho versus Bray Wyatt. Do you think there would be a stipulation to this mask? Yeah, totally, it's a mask. A match?
No, not the first one. These guys are going to have a couple of matches, if not 3. I think this is going to be Jericho's only feud, so I think 3 matches could happen. So I think Jericho is going to win this one. I believe Jericho is going to win the first match against Bray Wyatt and then lose the next 2.
Yeah.
So have Jericho come back, build him up, have a big win over Bray Wyatt, but then you continue the feud for whatever reason. I don't even know why they're feuding, just because. But continue the feud, and then you have Bray Wyatt get 2 more victories over Jericho, and then take Jericho out. Like, have the Wyatts just beat the hell out of Jericho, and then Jericho can disappear and go tour the world with Fozzy again.
They could have him kind of like when he disappeared in 2012, how he returned at the Royal Rumble, and have Jericho return after Night of Champions, or return at the Royal Rumble after getting injured, quotation marks, at Night of Champions against Bray Wyatt. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, and then have him go after the Wyatts in the Royal
Yeah.
Rumble or something.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Edge did with the Jericho.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the Royal Rumble, come out and take him out.
I had Bray Wyatt going over.
Well, I think the obvious pick would be Bray Wyatt, but I think Jericho's going to win 1 against him. I just have this feeling that he's going to get 1. I don't think he's going to lose 2 or 3 in a row.
Yeah.
I like to see 3 matches out of these guys. I think if the only way it's going to work is if Jericho wins the first one, I think.
Yeah.
And then maybe he wants his revenge or something. I think this could be the match of the night, to be honest with you. I think these 2 guys will have a pretty damn good match. I think this feud's going to be really, really interesting, and I think we all probably thought that Bray Wyatt was done after, your favorite guy, John Cena, pretty much. I wouldn't say Barry. I'm not gonna say Barry, but I'll say that Cena beat him. Yeah, I mean, whatever. That finish was stupid, but look, I think Bray Wyatt should have beaten Cena. I don't see why Cena needed it. I guess in the end, Cena, now WWE champion, it made Cena look better or whatever. But I think Bray Wyatt needs a big pay-per-view victory. It needs a good feud victory. He beat Daniel Bryan, which helped him. It really elevated Wyatt. But then
Yeah.
Cena's really taken him down another notch. You know, people say just because he had a 3-match feud with John Cena elevated him. I don't think so. I think it has made him a main eventer, but he's really on the cusp of kind of dwindling down and going nowhere. So he needs a couple of big victories. And thank God we have Chris Jericho, who is actually willing to lose to some people, unlike
Yeah.
John Cena.
I hate that motherfucker.
I did not notice that at all. Really.
So I had Bray Wyatt going over, and then at SummerSlam have Jericho go over, and in their final match Night of Champions have Wyatt go over. And,
Yeah, well, that would make sense as well. Either one of the two. As long as Jericho wins one
yeah.
out of the three. If
And,
Bray Wyatt wins all three, then Jericho's done.
Yeah.
God.
So the next match is the Battle Royal for the Intercontinental Championship. The people I know who are in it are Kofi Kingston, Damian Sandow, The Great Khali, Rob Van Dam, Dolph Ziggler, Big E Langston, Ryback, Curtis Axel, Alberto Del Rio, wow, choking on air. That's impressive. Bo Dallas versus Antonio Cesaro versus Sheamus. And
Is that it?
I think, unless some more were announced on SmackDown.
The only name you needed to read out was Cesaro. He's going to win it. I can't see anybody else winning it. People saying Sheamus is going to win it and unify the belts.
That was one of my notes.
Get the fuck out of here. That is not going to happen. They're not going to unify those belts because they've already unified the main belts, right?
Yeah.
If they unify the mid-card belts, they're going to have 2 singles championships to go around with, 60-plus guys. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
I know the US title, and I know the Intercontinental title is meaningless. I think the US title is much, much worse, thanks to probably Dean Ambrose for that one.
Defending it 5 times in a year.
Yeah, that's just stupid from WWE. I really don't know why I don't know why WWE does a lot of these things, honestly. Like, just some of the simple things that would make sense, they just don't do it. I don't get it. But, why can't they build up a mid-card title to be credible and, have Intercontinental champions and, you see them as a threat. You see them as a guy, oh, this guy could actually be WWE champion and beat the champ. You see the Intercontinental champion as someone who can, really elevate the mid-card and become something. But now they just make, if you're the Intercontinental champion, your career's done. Look what happened to Big E. Look what happened to Curtis Axel. If you get the Intercontinental championship, it's
You're
just
done.
a Hail Mary. Here's the belt. Let's hope you get over. It's not going to work. They have to build the title up. And having Cesaro as the champion is going to work, I think. I think they're on that track with Bad News Barrett, and obviously he got injured. I think Bad News Barrett was going to hold the title for quite some time and kind of.
I wanted Barrett to hold it forever.
I think he might have held it for quite some time, but I think Cesaro is going to replace him because, obviously Wyatt, Roman Reigns, Barrett, and Cesaro are the upcoming big 4.
Yeah.
So Barrett's gone, Cesaro's kind of doing nothing, so he gives Cesaro the belt and just kind of replace Barrett with Cesaro. Kind of works in my opinion, but who else can you honestly see winning? Damian Sandow? Ziggler? Khali?
I wish Ziggler would win. Kind of like we talked about how Ziggler would be the IC champion for, like a year and then have official brand split again. So that'd be cool. Like,
I don't think the Intercontinental title will help Ziggler at all. I think Ziggler just needs to start winning matches against important people.
yeah.
And start having a storyline that's not involving Fandango and Summer Rae.
Oh god, that bull
For
crap.
starters.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think Ziggler probably can be main event material ever again. I think he's at that point where he's just going to be mid-card for life.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But
So I also have another note, which is Big Show and Mark Henry returning. Just one of them, or both, maybe.
I think... Well, I know Big Show's going to return. I'm not sure about Henry. I think I read that he may be coming back, but I know Big Show, he's going to return pretty soon, so it would not surprise me if he returns in the Battle Royal as a surprise entrant. Then, oh yes, Big Show's back. Oh, thank God. I missed him so much.
Yeah, because Big Show means so much.
Yeah, exactly. So, Big Show probably come back, and, it would not surprise me. Big Show and Cesaro, the final 2 in the Battle Royal again, and we see a repeat. Cesaro slams down on the top rope. Michael Cole's going crazy. Oh my God, we've never seen this before. I can't believe he just lifted me over the top rope. Yeah, wow. But it didn't surprise me. So, Big Show coming back. Yay.
Yeah. Basically pointless because, he's not going to do anything ever again.
I think. Well, Big Show is just a cancer kind of to the mid card because he just plows through everyone. So expect to see Damien Sandow come out as like a little show or something, and like try and beat the Big Show. I don't know. He'll come. Yeah,
comes out on his knees.
Well, it's a little show. He can come out and try and fight Big Show, and just Big Show just knock him out in one punch and bury him even further. It'd be stupid crap like that just because it's the Big Show. He has to look credible, even though he's 450 pounds, 7 foot tall. You can just put him against anyone; he's going to look good.
Yeah.
So I don't get it, but expect to see the Big Show beat everybody. Then I guess Rusev will try and beat the Big Show, and I would not be surprised if the Big Show beat Rusev. To be honest with you,
I could see that.
Yeah. It's pretty bad that we could see that happening. To be honest with you.
Yeah. I think someone Rusev could actually feud with would be Mark Henry.
That would be good too. I would like to see that.
Yeah.
I think Rusev should feud up with like all the big guys. Just, even the big guy himself, Ryback. God, I wish they. I'm so annoyed that they ruined Ryback.
I like the feud.
It could have been something great.
Yeah.
I couldn't wrestle, but neither can most successful guys in the WWE. You don't need to wrestle to be successful.
Such as John fucking Cena. God.
Look at fucking Hulk Hogan. All he could do was a leg drop.
Leg drop and a body slam. Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior. He couldn't wrestle.
Yeah.
Look, but those are the two of the biggest drawing cards of all time. You put them on a card, it's gonna fucking sell out. So you don't need to be able to wrestle. That's the thing. That's the mentality of today's fans. Oh, he can't wrestle, so he sucks. No, you don't need to fucking wrestle. It's just stupid. Just because you can't wrestle like Daniel Bryan doesn't mean you're no good. Daniel Bryan won't sell a ticket in his life. Honestly.
I'd buy a ticket for Daniel Bryan. But that's just me.
I like Daniel Bryan, but it's just the principle. Like, really, can you believe like a small guy like Daniel Bryan can beat Brock Lesnar and John Cena and Batista and Randy Orton? Can you really believe it? I can't. I find it hard.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from there.
Anyways, we're off topic.
It's all good. But I'd like to see a brand split with Raw and SmackDown again and have the IC title be, the second title like the World Heavyweight title. And
I don't want to see the IC title be the actual world title. I want the World Heavyweight title should be the world title, the big gold belt. But the Intercontinental Championship should be what it was before. I would rather see the Intercontinental title on Raw and then the US title on SmackDown how it used to be. Again, I would rather see that. But I think the brand split will come back eventually. Not now. I don't think the time is now. I think maybe 3-4 years, because then you'll have Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Bad News Barrett, hopefully, maybe even Ziggler one day. You have all these guys. Then you'll have and then NXT guys coming in like Sami Zayn and whatnot. Yeah, all those guys, and you'll have all these guys come in. You'll have the guys like the Big Show, Kane, Mark Henry. They'll all be gone. And Cena will be still here. He's never leaving.
Oh, God, no.
He'll be right. He's got another 10 years left in him.
That's bullshit.
So you're gonna have all these guys that are breaking through. They're gonna be legitimate main event guys. So you're gonna have these guys to choose from. Yeah, Cena will probably be 22, 23-time world champion by then. But you'll have you're gonna have all these guys that you can use to break away, and you'll have a deep enough roster to be able to make a brand split. If you did it now, it wouldn't work. You wouldn't believe it. SmackDown would be terrible again, just like in 2011 when they tried to the brand split died. So you need a strong roster, And you think of the roster in 2002, 2003, it was unbelievable. That the
Yeah,
roster was just, you know, it's never going to happen like that again.
Brock Lesnar.
You could look at either rosters and go, wow, holy shit. You
Yeah,
know, SmackDown was really like the technical kind of roster, whereas Raw was like the big superstars. But each show had their own, advantages and disadvantages, and you were either a SmackDown or a Raw guy. It kind of just had that feel. You had two different style
yeah.
shows. It was great. So they really need to go back to that. I don't think they should do brand split pay-per-views again. Like, how they had,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Judgment Day for SmackDown and Backlash for Raw.
yeah.
I think the
I like
joint
mixed.
pay-per-views kind of work better,
Yeah,
and it'll sell better. Maybe every
especially.
now and then. Maybe like one pay-per-view a year to Raw and one to SmackDown. Like, not every
Yeah,
second pay-per-view,
yeah. I was thinking eventually if SmackDown gets built up and ends up being as important as Raw, then they could do, different pay-per-views, but not now. If they were to do a brand split.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I want to see it happen because I really enjoyed the brand split.
Me
And
too.
I was a SmackDown guy.
I was
I
a
was
Raw
always a
guy.
Smack. I didn't really start watching Raw until like 2 years after I was a wrestling fan. Like, I didn't watch Raw. I did not like Raw. Like, I watched it once and then, this is shit. And it's remained on SmackDown. And then I was like, oh, maybe I should try Raw, see what it's like. And then I loved it. But I've always been a SmackDown guy, so I want to have that kind of are you SmackDown, are you Raw kind of feel again.
Yeah,
I want to have the brand split back. If you know me, you've seen my videos, you know
yeah, yeah.
I love the brand split. So
Brand split's awesome.
a lot of people don't like it. I don't know.
That's
I think the
terrible.
WWE feels though right now I think they're like the same opinion as me. The roster's not big enough right now. Maybe in a few years, because I think it's in a bit of a stagnant situation. Because SmackDown, what's the point in watching SmackDown? Is there a point?
None. Same matches happen on Raw. Same things happen on Raw. Everything same happens on Raw.
SmackDown is about as good as Superstars.
Yeah,
That's.
and
I have not
Superstars
watched
is numbers.
SmackDown. I've not watched SmackDown in like a year or 2 years. Like, what's the point? I may have checked out like 3
Exactly.
clips online. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, this could be a decent match.
Yeah.
That's it.
The only reason I might start watching is for the fantasy draft on your forum.
That's about the only reason. I don't even need to watch it because I'll just watch the spoilers. I might watch main event. I think
Yeah.
main event
Is more
surpassed SmackDown because it's live. The only thing that's going to save SmackDown is if it does go live. And if it's
Yeah.
not live, what is the point in watching SmackDown? The biggest thing, the reason that I can't watch SmackDown is the piped in cheers. It's all
Yeah.
fake cheers. You don't know. Oh,
John Cena's fake cheers. God damn it.
you see fucking Cameron and Naomi come out, and it sounds like the whole building's just erupted.
And the
It's like,
crowd stood.
holy shit, they're getting a huge pop, and then you go, oh, hang on, I heard the same exact sound on the previous match. Oh, I heard the same exact sound 2 weeks ago on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So, and if you watch SmackDown and you look it up online for like the past 3 or 4 years, you can hear the exact same cheer, exact same sound as it is now. It's just terrible,
Yeah.
honestly.
I think WWE thinks their audience is literally, mentally challenged if we're not going to figure it out.
I honestly think so too. But I think the wrestling fans getting a lot smarter now. So
Especially with the internet and all that.
yeah, I think that's a bit of a challenge that WWE has, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They gotta go live. Like, you can look up the spoilers online, and what's the point? WWE wonders, why is the SmackDown rating so low this week? Well, I wonder fucking why. I think I looked it up online, looked who won each match, and went, oh, this sounds like a fucking terrible show. I'm not gonna watch it.
Exactly.
There's no point. Whereas Raw, at least you tune in and go, oh, this is fucking terrible, but at least you're actually watching the show. On
Yeah,
SmackDown,
exactly.
you don't even get to the show because you're looking at the spoilers beforehand.
Yeah. So one thing I think could happen is just get rid of SmackDown. I know you're gonna hate that, but get rid of SmackDown, and WWE buys TNA, and they have TNA Impact on Thursdays, and have a brand split that way. But WWE owns TNA.
Ugh.
It'd probably ruin TNA, but
It would
it
probably
could work.
ruin WWE more.
Well, TNA's actually
It
been
would
pretty
make
good
TNA
recently.
it would make TNA better. But WWE, I don't think WWE is ever going to buy TNA. The only reason why WWE will buy TNA is for their video library. That's it. They're not going to buy TNA to have an invasion. That's never going to happen. WWE does not see TNA as competition. They've never mentioned TNA once on
TNA mentions
TV
WWE like 3 times a week.
because they're trying to be relevant. They're trying to believe that, oh, we're the competition. No, you are the second brand, but WWE is miles and miles and miles ahead of TNA. And TNA, I would be surprised if they're still in business in 2 or 3 years' time. You
Well, if
know,
you go.
yeah. No, you go.
Okay, if you've watched TNA in the past few weeks, it's actually been really good. Like, it's been really good. Like, they're on a hot
But
streak right now.
the thing is with TNA, it's the
It's not
same
gonna
thing with
last.
It's the same with SmackDown. They taped a whole they were at New York. They taped all these shows right, but it's like 6 weeks, 7 weeks till I actually get to see that fucking show air.
Yeah,
Like, what's the
yeah,
point? You know,
yeah,
I already know what happens. I looked at the spoilers. I know what happens. I don't need to watch TNA when it airs. I don't need to watch that. I already know what happens.
yeah.
Spoilers in this day and age, taped shows cannot happen anymore because spoilers get out. No, you will see a big drop off. You need to air live. Wrestling needs to be live or it will
Yeah.
not be effective. It's
And
simple.
even then, they're spoilers because it's like we already know who's going to return on the show most of the time. Chris Jericho was a surprise to me.
Well, that's up to the WWE to keep that secret. Chris Jericho, he cares enough to want to keep it a secret. He wanted it to be a secret. So, but then in the end, the WWE kind of said, "Oh, look, we're having a big return tonight." So it wasn't, we kind of knew Jericho was coming back.
Yeah,
It was already announced.
I was.
Spoiled, but
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna be pissed if Miz was the guy. He did come back, but I was gonna be pissed if he was the only one.
yeah, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" The Miz, and then the Miz is trying to be Hollywood Rock, and it's like,
I know.
really, really. I'll steal your catchphrase, Miz. Really? But yeah, I don't know. But Jericho being back is good, but Miz, I actually like the Miz's new gimmick, but
Yeah,
it's
I
probably
don't
not going
think
to go
he's gonna
anywhere.
go anywhere. Yeah, exactly. So next we have the Divas title match, which is Paige versus AJ Lee, and doesn't really matter because the Divas division doesn't really matter. So
Well, this is the two divas that are going to be the future of the division. AJ Lee has already established herself as the top diva. Nobody can touch her in every single way. Paige, everyone thinks she's top shit. I actually think Paige sucks. You see her get in the ring, and she just looks kind of scared. She looks nervous. She looks a fish out of water. I think she's not ready. They gave her the
agreed.
belt. They gave her the belt straight away.
They shouldn't have
Terrible,
done that.
terrible.
They
She's
should have built her
21 years.
for
She's
SummerSlam.
21 years old,
Yeah,
and you give her the Divas title on her first night on the big show. This
especially
girl
the night
had
after
been wrestling
WrestleMania.
on NXT for about a year. Cool. But when you get to NXT to WWE, it's a whole different thing. So, and you can tell she was not ready for anything like this. Not ready to be in pay-per-view matches for the title. Should have built her up, make it a legitimate contender, and by now, she probably would have been a lot better, a lot more comfortable, felt as though she deserved to be, the rightful contender and have her face AJ at BattleGround or SummerSlam. But instead,
I would
I
have
guess
given it to her at SummerSlam.
it was a flash of the pan. Look, AJ's going to leave. We have to do something. Who do we give the belt to? I think they should have given it to Naomi then. I think Naomi was ready.
Yeah.
I think she had the eye injury, and that really set her back. I thought she was going to be champion before that. Now Naomi, I think, will be champion one day, but not anytime soon. So she's kind of missed her opportunity. So I think Naomi should have won it then, and then you could have Paige beat, who is that? Alicia Fox and
Yeah.
Natalia and whoever fucking, I don't know, who gives a fuck. But
Basically, yeah.
you could have had her win all these matches against all these different divas and actually built her up. But instead, they just kind of threw her out there and said, here's the belt. Go your hardest. Yeah. That's, no one's going to succeed, especially when you're 21 years old. It's tough. That's hard on her. So I'm not her biggest fan. I haven't watched NXT. I don't really.
Her NXT work was pretty good.
I can't really get into NXT, but
same.
I've heard good things, but from watching her on the main roster, she looks terrible. Her matches, she has not had one good match yet. So if she can't have a good match with AJ Lee, then I think she may be going down to the minors again. I think she could go back to NXT for another 6 months. I think she could use it. I don't know. I don't know if she's ready.
I think the main reason she hasn't had too many good matches is for the fact that she gets, her ass beat for, 5 to 7 minutes and then hits like
That's exactly right.
Minutes. It's like same thing.
That is exactly right. The matches she's had is just her getting her ass whipped, and then the last minute, oh, I'm gonna hit the page turner and win the match. Yeah. It's like Cena. I'll get my ass kicked all match. Then 5 moves of doom. Cena 1, 2, 3. It's exactly like that. Yeah. And it doesn't need to be like
Super
that.
Paige.
Yeah, well, and then Paige is probably going to turn heel. It's pretty obvious that she's going to turn.
That was one of my notes.
I don't think she has turned full-fledged heel yet. I think she's kind of playing this kind of sidekick. Oh, it's okay. She's my friend. Whatever. She got one up on me kind of thing. I'll get her back, and then she's just going to snap. She'll lose at BattleGround, and she'll just snap and just beat the fuck out of AJ Lee.
Yeah. Punch that bitch in her face. No.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, Paige is a heel. I think she seems more of a natural heel to me.
Her old gimmick in NXT was the anti-diva, so...
So was she a heel there?
Yeah, I think. Voice crack, but I think she was.
Okay.
I didn't see the Hulu NXT, but I've watched the NXT on the network, and she wasn't a heel.
Okay. Well, I just look at her and I see heel. The black hair, the white skin, just kind of seems kind of like a bit fishy. She just doesn't have that smiley baby face look about her. AJ Lee, we've seen her do the crazy fucking thing. It's cool now to have her as a change because everyone's going to cheer AJ anyways. We like AJ.
Yeah,
we respect her.
Cool.
It's great she's back. The only diva you can actually say is cool is AJ.
Basically,
the rest are like, oh my god, they're just an embarrassment. I mean, the Bellas, they're an embarrassment. The only diva that can actually talk is AJ.
Yeah.
So the only one you really want to see is AJ. So it makes sense that she's the face, and I don't think she's going to have a longer title reign than she did last time. I think she might have the belt for maybe 3-4 months, if that. If not, I wouldn't be surprised if we see AJ and Paige just traded back and forth for a while as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Paige beats AJ at BattleGround, wins the belt, and then AJ gets another match at SummerSlam, wins the belt, and then they have another match at Night of Champions, and then perhaps Paige will cheat or something and get the belt back, and then maybe she'll keep the belt at Hell in a Cell again or something. She'll win the feud, maybe. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see those two traded belts, because who really cares about Divas title reigns? Like, if you had 15 Divas title reigns, well, whoop-de-fucking-do, who gives a shit?
Exactly. So I had Paige heel turn, just like you brought up. What I think is going to happen is Paige is going to get caught in the Black Widow and somehow turn it into some type of roll-up pin, like schoolboy type pin, and put her foot on the rope and turn heel that way. Because WWE doesn't book the Divas right at all, so just pointless heel turn, and then she'll be a face the next week.
Remember, I think it might have been Rosa Mendez, maybe Alicia Fox.
It was Alicia Fox. I think.
She was a babyface one week, a heel next week, a babyface the next week, and then a heel the week after that. Every week she was fucking. She either team with the babyfaces, she'll team with the happy-go-lucky girls. The next week, she's team with the bad girls. So I couldn't fucking make up her mind. Yeah, they couldn't make up her mind, and just every week she just changed her mind and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be bad this week. Ooh, I might be nice this week." So that's just a prime example of how well or how much the WWE gives a fuck about the Divas division. Absolutely nothing. I'm actually shocked they still have the Divas division, to be honest with you. I thought last year would have been the end of it. I thought they would have scrapped it by now. They was probably lucky that they had some decent Divas coming through in the minors. Otherwise, she'd be all over.
Yeah. Do you like the women's title or the Divas title more?
Well, I mean, the Divas title belt looks pretty fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
How can you take it seriously? It's a fucking butterfly.
Exactly.
The women's title
butterflies.
belt, it looked at least like an actual belt, but now I
And it was
think
prestigious.
I don't mind the fact that they've branched out and calling the women divas, just like they're calling the wrestlers superstars.
Yeah.
I don't mind that, so I think it makes more sense to have the Divas Championship, but the Divas Championship I think is good, it's just the design looks awful.
Yeah.
Just like another belt that needs to be changed. Please, WWE, please change those tag team belts as well. God, just like 2 copper coins. They're terrible.
Bring back the World Tag Team titles or the WWE Tag Team titles.
I think that at least they got the WWE title right. I think that design looked pretty cool. I like it.
I'm not a big fan of the new WWE title.
I like it. It's better than the spinner belt that your buddy John Cena made.
You're gonna be surprised, but I actually do like the spinner belt.
Oh God.
I'm one of those people. But yeah. So Paige turning heel, we both agree on. They're gonna trade the titles, we both agree on, and we both agree it basically means nothing.
That's the Divas will.
Yeah, so before we get to the main event, I'm going to go to matches that could happen.
Have you got Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose down?
Yep. We'll talk about that one after this one, which is Stardust and Goldust versus Ryback.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited for this one. What is this, the 4th, 5th time? And you know what? I would say this is going to happen. I think this match will happen because who else are Stardust and Goldust going to face? Because we only have 4 tag teams in the whole division.
Yeah.
Lost Matadors, they're gone. 3. Actually, no, we have what is it? The Primetime Band or something?
That's a thing now? I have no idea.
So. I think so. I think Titus O'Neil and Heath Slater. I think. What is it though? I think it's the Primetime Band or something. I don't know. It's something like that.
The 3-man Primetime Band. Yeah.
3MB is gone, so it's just the Primetime players. They're gone. So they figured, well, we have one guy from each of those tag teams available, so we'll just throw it together as a tag team. Why not?
The Shield are gone, so,
They have no tag teams, honestly.
Yeah.
In 2012 to the start of 2013, they had so many tag teams. It was fantastic. The division was looking great. And now, 2014, we have like 4 fucking tag teams. I think the Usos and Wyatts is going to trade the belts back and forth because who else is there?
For about 6 years, they're just going to trade the belts back and forth.
Well, they're going to just throw like these, just like Ryback. They're just going to have 2 guys that do nothing, throw them together as a tag team, and then go.
Yeah.
Who's doing nothing? Like Damien Sandow, Ziggler. I think they should have done like Ziggler, Miz, and Zack Ryder. I think they should have been a little stable, like the pissed off guys. I want to see. They were rumored to do that. I think they should. I think that would have been cool.
Yeah.
I think Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler should be a tag team, a job squad.
Yeah, that should be their name too, the Job Squad. Or they could bring back the Spirit Squad. So I wanted to see Dolph Ziggler and Tyler Breeze make a tag team.
Oh yeah, that's that guy that fucking stupid haircut like Dolph, the blonde hair.
Fucking love Tyler Breeze. He's so cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
He's pretty good.
But anyways, I think Goldust and Stardust. They're gonna win.
Or one
I don't
thing
know.
I think,
Rybaxel should be tag champs. They're
Yeah.
awesome.
they're a good
I
tag
like
team.
Rybaxel. They're actually a damn good tag team. Just like
Yeah.
the Primetime Players, they were a freaking good tag team. But
Yeah.
WWE just doesn't like putting good tag teams with the belts. I mean, the Usos are good, yeah, but I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Give these guys what they deserve.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have a Stardust Goldust breakup possibly, and it could lead to a match at SummerSlam.
Maybe not SummerSlam. I think this is a bit early now. I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna have Stardust and Goldust. They're gonna compete for the tag belts. They're gonna lose, and then eventually Goldust, probably Goldust will just be pissed. He's gonna be like, "Well, fuck this. You're shit. I'm out." And then he'll turn heel or something, and then he'll face off against Cody Rhodes and Stardust, and Stardust will beat him, and then Goldust will retire or something stupid like that. It'll happen.
I want to see Cody Rhodes come back as Cody Rhodes and go against Goldust, after they break up as a tag team, and have Dusty Rhodes be a special referee for the match. Have a whole family storyline.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
WWE.
You have Cody Rhodes in front of the mirror and crying because his brother turned his back on him and slowly wiping the paint off him. That'd be pretty funny. And him really depressed. Oh, my brother, he turned his back on me and slowly taking the paint off.
Yeah,
That'll work well. I can see that happening. That'll work well.
Yeah. So another match that could happen is Ambrose versus Rollins. Probably no stipulation because just probably none. So who do you think would go over in that match?
I think it will be a no contest. I think it will go outside the ring, double count out or double DQ, something like that. They'll get themselves, it'll be a no contest, and then they'll brawl to the back, and they'll have another match at SummerSlam.
I think what's going to happen is Ambrose is going to win completely clean and then be like, hey, you fucked me over at Money in the Bank without saying fucked me over because PG.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, you fucked me over at Money in the Bank, and then go against Rollins in a Money in the Bank briefcase ladder match at SummerSlam. It would be kind of like Cena and Ziggler at TLC. But
I would like to see that happen as well. I think that would be pretty cool. I think they should have a match over the briefcase. It makes sense, doesn't it? The whole point of Ambrose continuously attacking Seth Rollins is because he has the Money in the Bank briefcase. He fucked him over. Yeah. So it makes sense. But do I see WWE doing it? Probably not. That's why I said the double DQ thing, because I can't really see the WWE doing it. It makes sense. It'd be a good SummerSlam match. A ladder match for the briefcase. Makes sense. One-on-one ladder match. We get a ladder match. We get a good match. We know Ambrose and Rollins are going to kill each other because, it's going to be, they're just that damn good. They're going to kill each other in that ring trying to put on a good match. So it'll work, and I think I would love to see it. So I hope they do it. In my opinion, it'd be a freaking cool match.
Agreed. So, what should I call it?
Main event time?
No, not yet. I think Rollins would win at SummerSlam if they did do that.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
I think one thing... Well, they seem to do it every year. Like Ziggler versus Jericho, they had a briefcase match. Ziggler versus Cena, Cody Rhodes versus Damian Sandow. So I think it's actually possible because they do it every year. It seems to be the storyline for people who win that match. They have to defend it 8 or 9 times. So, yeah.
Yeah. I hope it happens.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so main event time. God fucking damn it.
Yes! Actually, no. I'm my least looking forward to any of the matches. The least excitement I have, apart from the Divas matches, is the main event match. I don't really care for it because I know Cena's going to win. Yeah.
So we have the Fatal 4-Way match: John Cena versus Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns versus Kane for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. And because it is Fatal 4-Way, it is also no DQ. But I don't think they'll do any other weapons besides maybe a chair. So, yeah. And
I can tell you how this is gonna go.
John Cena's gonna fucking bury everyone. That's my call.
Kane and Randy Orton, they're going to team up.
Cena and
And
Reigns.
Cena and Reigns will team up. It's going to be practically a tag team match. Then Cena and Reigns are going to take out Kane and Orton, and then they're going to go at it. They're going to be like, they'll stand it and look at each other in the crowd, waiting for the crowd to react. The crowd's going to go nuts. And then they'll battle it out, and then, Randy Orton and Kane will come back in the ring. They'll take, maybe Reigns out, and then they'll be at the moment of like, actually they'll take Cena out, and they'll just be at the moment like they're just about ready for Randy Orton to beat Reigns. So they've hit him with a choke slam, followed up with an RKO. Then all of a sudden, John Cena comes in the ring. Cena comes in, bang, rights and lefts, shoulder block after shoulder block. Throws Kane over the top, throws Randy Orton over the top rope.
No, he has to attitude adjustment him over the top.
No, not yet. Side suplex to Kane. You can't see me bullshit. 5-knuckle shuffle. And then Randy Orton tries to come in, hits the attitude adjustment to Orton, and then Kane gets back up, hits the attitude adjustment to Kane, and then he beats Kane. Something like that. Reigns would have been taken out for so much, he would have been beaten up, and then yeah. Or to set up Triple H and Roman Reigns, because we know Triple H. I think Triple H will be. No, God no.
Happening.
That'll never happen. Triple H will be ringside because it's a WWE title match. He doesn't want Cena. He doesn't want Reigns to win. He wants his boys to win. Okay, so Triple H will be ringside. Reigns is about to win the belt. He's about to beat Randy Orton. Triple H gets involved, hits the pedigree, then fucks over Reigns, and then Cena comes in, saves the day. Maybe Roman Reigns and Triple H. They're brawling it out. They're brawling it over somewhere, and Reigns pisses off, gets distracted, and then Cena, attitude adjustment again, beats him 1, 2, 3, whatever. The end result is Cena beats Kane. That's all you need to know. Cena's going to pin Kane, and, Randy Orton and Kane, they're going to team up. Reigns will get taken out. Kane will take the pin. Cena will win.
Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly how this match is going to go, at least how I think it's going to go. Okay, so we're going to start out with Roman Reigns coming out first to the Shield remix type thing. Then Randy Orton, then Kane, then Fuckboy Buckethead comes out and he does that nod to the person in the crowd. He's like, yeah, I'm a respectable person. And then they'll start out kind of like the tag team thing, like you said. They'll end up brawling. It'll end up coming down to Cena Reigns, just like you said. They'll brawl. Kane and Orton will come in. And they'll get rid of Cena, dominate Reigns. Cena will come in. They'll dominate Cena. And you know how Kane told Orton he's starting to not like him? Kane will turn on Randy Orton, go for the chokeslam. Orton will kick out. Cena will come in with a shovel and just start beating everyone to death with the shovel. And then attitude adjustmenting everyone, including the crowd. And fuck all you sons of bitches, I'm out. That's my thoughts.
It was making good sense until the end, but yeah, well, Cena's going to win. It's obviously going to be Cena versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
makes sense. It's going to be good, and I'm looking forward to that. It'll sell tickets
as long as Lesnar wins.
Actually, no. I just realized I got this all fucking wrong. Cena will fucking get close to winning. No, I don't know. Cena will win the match, and after the match, Triple H's plan B. Okay.
Plan Brock.
Triple H has a plan B. So Triple H will be like, fuck, and then he'll be like, alright, bring him out. It won't be Seth Rollins like we expect it to be. It'll be Brock Lesnar. Yeah, the same theme song will hit. Everyone's going to be shitting themselves, going, holy fuck, Lesnar's back. Cena will be there, standing like a goofball, going, oh.
He'll be smirking. I'm a respectable person, motherfuckers.
Lesnar will walk out, do his little dance, and go, all right, it's fucking time to beat the fuck out of you. And he comes in the ring and just absolutely destroys Cena with a big F5, lifts the belt up and says, I don't know. He'll be like, I don't know. I was going to say you're next, but that's gimmick infringement. But Lesnar will pick the belt up, he'll pose with it, and that'll be the end of the show.
He'll say, I
He won't
broke
say
the
anything.
Undertaker streak, motherfuckers.
Brock Lesnar doesn't talk, so he won't say anything. But
Paul
he'll
Heyman
say,
will come
come
out.
out, F5 Cena, pick the belt up, put it over his shoulder, and just stand over the top of Cena, and then the show will end.
I think what's going to happen is Cena's going to pin Kane, of course, and Cena's going to be standing there smirking like the stupid son of a bitch he is, and then Triple H will come in and be like, meh, and pedigree him, and then he'll call out Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman will be like, yeah, we're allies, or whatever. Paul Heyman will be like, and now I bring out the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar comes out and just...
I don't think Triple H is going to get involved, though, because they know what to hint at Cena and Triple H, which is not what they want to hint at. They want to have Triple H and Roman Reigns. So
True.
if Triple H gets involved, he'll get involved with Roman Reigns. But, Roman Reigns isn't the vocal point of this match. Roman Reigns is just there to fill the numbers, really.
Basically, yeah.
To keep it relevant. But, so you'll have fucking Triple H will be like, well, he'll just signal to the back. He won't get on the mic or anything. He'll just be like, oh, shit, bring out Plan B. And then he'll have Lesnar come out, like I said.
So, do you think there could be a Randy Orton face turn in this match? Like he leaves the Evolution?
I have thought about this, and I could see it happening, but I don't want it to happen because I think Randy Orton himself does not want to be a babyface again.
He doesn't work as a face.
He's better as a heel. I think Randy Orton just doesn't care that much. I think he's just at the point where he just doesn't really care. He doesn't try. And, if he tried to be great, if he tried to do, to really work a good feud, it would be fantastic. But he just doesn't put the effort in. You can tell that. And you could tell that from, like CM Punk when he was feuding with Ryback and all that.
Yeah,
You could tell that he just didn't give a fuck. And he just didn't care. So you just kind of tell, and if they're passionate, if they care, and they want it to be good, then it will be good. But Randy Orton, I don't think needs to turn face. It won't work. I can see him getting pissed at Triple H, getting pissed at the Authority, but I don't think it's going to lead to anything. I think I could see Randy Orton being like, well, okay, it could be similar to like my Universe mode, for goodness sake. It could be like Randy Orton I'm sick of Brock Lesnar, taking the spotlight away from me. This is my time. I was meant to be the champion. And he can, be pissed at Triple H and walk out on the Authority. Because Brock Lesnar replaced him. Well, that's the thing. Can he still be heel from that? I don't know. Maybe he just go and make a joke out of Roman Reigns or something. I don't know. RKO Roman Reigns. Be like, I'm going to prove a point. And RKO's Roman Reigns. Because apparently they are going to do Randy Orton and Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Maybe Randy Orton will be like, well, I know you think Lesnar's the deserving champion, but I think I'm still just as good, whatever, and I'll prove it to you. I'll beat Roman Reigns, and then you'll get beat by Roman Reigns, and then Triple H will be like, well, I've got to beat Roman Reigns, and he'll come in and beat Roman Reigns. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But who knows what's gonna happen? That's WWE for you. I know who's gonna win the matches, but I can't predict the storylines.
Yeah, exactly. So the big thing, which I really want to happen, is a CM Punk return. Just saying. He's not coming back.
CM Punk is not coming back
Not
for another year at least.
He's not coming back till the 2016 Rumble, in my opinion. Yeah, not till the 2016 Rumble. He'll come back and win it from number 30. Just saying.
Well, wouldn't surprise me. Then he might at least finally get his WrestleMania.
Yeah, him and Bryan, or him and Seth, or someone in the main event. That could be pretty good. But
Here's Growl. That's my fucking dog. Sorry.
It's all good. So I think that's gonna wrap this up. You pimp out your shit, and we'll be on our way.
Yeah, you can find me at youtube.com/BrendenPlayz or BrendenPlayz.com. I would say I'm running a fantasy competition, but the entries are closed now. But if you want to just follow it and just be interested in it, join the forums at BrendenPlayz.com forums. So that'd be pretty cool. Come chat about wrestling. Come chat about what everything we discussed in this video over at the forums, and I would love to see you over there. So make sure you go ahead and do that.
And I'm over there all the time chatting with everyone, so.
Oh yeah, he's in there every day. So. I just want to say thanks for having me on. I had a good time. It was a good chat. So
yeah.
if you ever want me on again, you know where to find me.
Yeah. And go follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/ehwrestling78. And subscribe, like, comment, favorite if you have an old enough YouTube account to favorite. And I guess.
Do you need to have an old enough account to favorite?
Really?
And that's what you said. You need to have an old account to favorite.
Oh, yeah. You need, like, an old enough YouTube account from. Like, if you make a new YouTube account, when I made this one, there's only the watch later section. There's no favorites or anything like that.
Oh,
So.
Well, there you go. You learn something new every day.
Yeah. Okay, so, we're out. Talk to you guys later.
Peace.